Watching this video because coffee roasting might be harder than you thought. I hear that all the time. It's not a problem. In this video, I'm going to teach you some things that you need to get back on track. Hey guys, Terry Miller from Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters. Today we're going to talk about how we can fix your roast. It's totally understandable if you're having trouble getting consistency and roasting beans. Let's go ahead and get you through some of the basics. So question one, why is my coffee roast uneven? Well, it's probably because you're not following the consistency of the machine. If you're following a machine that's manual, that's one way to go. If you're following a machine that is totally automated, that's totally different. With the manual, let's go with the manual machine first. So the manual machine, you have to decide how that profile is going to work out to the end. You want to create that taste, flavor, and aroma from the specific beans based on the origin of the bean itself and the information that you probably would get from your importer. The importers have a lot to do with it. They follow the guidelines of the actual farmers and then they relate that information to us. So if they tell me that a certain bean like Tanzania needs to be roasted dark and it needs to have a little bit of heat at the end, it's all based on information that I can actually get from them. Now, me creating that situation is where it comes into play. Usually, we'll get a new batch of beans and we're going to test them. And what I like to do is I get a sample from my importer because that way I know what the beans are actually supposed to be roasted correctly, the way they are, and how it tastes. We'll actually cup the beans to make sure we know that the taste is proper. So if you're not getting that consistency out of your manual machine, what you need to do is go back and make sure that you're following that profile. The manual part of it means you're actually sitting there right at the machine doing all this yourself. A few seconds here and there usually doesn't make a difference on most beans. However, some beans, when you get into things like decaf, 10 seconds means a lot. You could get into Brazil and a minute doesn't mean a lot. Tighten up your roast so they're exactly the way it should be. Make sure you cup your coffee at the end so you know it tastes the way it's supposed to taste. Manual comes down to the fact that, you know what, you're doing it all yourself. So what you do is what you get. On our automatic machine, what you're going to find out is that it's going to roast consistently every single time. However, I still watch mine all the time. A lot of guys I know, they'll set their machine up, turn it on, walk away and come back in a few minutes and they figure the roast is done for them. Well, I like to follow it all the way through. I follow it every 30 seconds. I make a little mark. I know what I got. I know where I'm at consistent-wise or not. And I want to make sure it's done properly. So that's how we do it here at Cherry Blend. It doesn't mean you have to do it. You can just set the machine up, turn it on, walk away and come back when it's done. Hope for the best. So if you find out that it's not being consistent, it's probably because you're not following it close enough and the way it should be. It should be done every 30 seconds. Figure out, are you on the roast or are you off the roast? If you're off the roast, make sure you make corrections immediately. If you're on the roast, enjoy it, relax, and enjoy what you're doing. Is how do I control roast development? Roast development is done by the proper time, temperature, and airflow. Once you build your profile up, you're going to know exactly where you should be at a certain time. In a minute, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the time is, you want to be at the same numbers all the time, every time. So when you go off and it's all of a sudden it's running too hot, too cold, you make adjustments very quickly. And there again, it depends on the type of machine. If you're running a smaller machine, it's going to change very quickly. Where you're running a larger machine, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to make an actual good change on it. So if you're off by 2 minutes on a large machine, it might take you 2 to 3 minutes to get back to where you should be. The basic idea is to keep it within your profile. When you build that profile, once it's done, follow it every single time. Just make sure you're keeping those numbers where they should be. And that way you'll be consistent and you'll have a good product. So one question I get is, how do I fix over-roasted coffee beans? Number one, throw them away. Number two, if they're not too bad and they're just this far off of where you really want to be, you know what? How about finding someone you can donate them to? Find some group, some place that would accept your beans that are good coffee, just a little bit over roasted, but you know what? They want coffee, they need coffee. If it's a charitable organization, don't think twice about it. Ask them and tell them exactly what it is, and then you can share with them. That way your coffee's not going to go away. Coffee beans can also be basically put into your garden because it's going to turn into a lot of nitrogen. Chaff has a lot of nitrogen that comes off of the beans, and the beans itself will deteriorate to the point where it'll be acceptable for your ground and help it a little bit. But don't overdo it, because you're just going to have too much nitrogen in your coffee or in your ground for your garden. So there is no actual way to fix burnt beans. In my case, I'm going to give them to Devin. And it's really something you don't want to get into. You know, if you have to throw $30, $40, $50 worth of beans away because you over roasted it, you know what, that's a mistake you made. Accept it. You learn from it, go down the road and do it right the next time. Make sure you roast good coffee beans every single time. There's a difference between time and temperature control. So your time is going to be based on an average time it takes for that specific bean to get to a certain dense darkness, a certain roasted. The temperature will fluctuate up and down so much that it can change the time to either too short or too long. If it's under roasted, the bean's going to taste more grainy, more like it just doesn't have the flavor built into it. Whereas if it's over roasted, you're going to burn that taste and flavor out of it. So we're trying to find that center Maillard in the profile. The Maillard is the center part of the profile that determines the taste, the flavor, and the aroma of the coffee bean. So if you roast too short, the Maillard into the Maillard, it's not going to give you that same taste, flavor, and aroma. If you go past it too much, then you're going to get burnt coffee beans, which you can get in a lot of places that supply that with the chemicals they add to it. We don't produce that. Our bean has to be perfect within the Maillard. That's what we want to be every single roast we roast. How do I record and repeat a profile? It's very simple. We use paper that has a actual profile built onto it where it's recorded every 30 seconds. We put the time or the temperature. This is the profile I use. It's a very basic, common profile. It's used throughout the industry. It keeps the time, the temperature, and the heat. I mark it every 30 seconds, and I follow it all the way through. So realistically, you can make a profile on anything you want to use. You want to use a back of a pack of matches, you can do that. But this is the way you want to run your business. So what we do is make sure we have some type of a professional profile set up that we can follow every single time. They all look the same. I can pull the ones out, the very first one I did, and I keep every single one. That way I have something to fall back on if I ever have any questions. So there again, it's falling into the idea of consistency, doing things right, doing things regular. If you make a mistake here, I can figure it out real quick and adjust it for the next time. But there again, you don't want to make mistakes, so you just follow your profile all the time, every time. So the best solution to a bad roast would be your profile. So one question we have is how can I taste and evaluate my own roast? It's very simple. Learn how to cup coffee. Cupping coffee is very easy, it's very basic, there's nothing hard to it. It simply means you're getting a way to taste the flavor, the aroma, and everything that's built into that cup of coffee. You're going to be able to tell, is it right, is it wrong, is it too harsh, is it over roasted, is it under roasted? And so that pretty much gives you a rough idea on everything you can do. Now, not all people are going to be the best cuppers in the world, and that does take a lot of practice. But if you're going to become a consistent roaster, make sure you do that. Make sure you learn how to cup a coffee. So as you can see, there's a lot of different variations that affect your roast. The important thing is that you have to learn to get better all the time. You got to learn how to cup, learn how to master your profile, and stop walking away from your beans. Think of it as baking the best cake you ever baked in your life. It's going to take time, temperature, airflow. Same thing we do with our coffee beans. But you don't put your cake batter in the oven, turn it on, and walk away and try, and hopefully it comes out in 20 or 30 minutes. That's not how it works. You want to watch it every minute of every day that you're roasting. Sit there, watch it, make sure you understand what it's doing, make sure how to make corrections when need be, and make sure you do a consistent, good roast all the time. You'll become known as the roaster to go to. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like and check out some of our other coffee videos on Coffee Roasters University. We welcome you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything that we make. If you're ever curious about coming down to the shop and checking out how we roast our coffee beans, we're at 1003 Cherry Avenue, Northeast Canton, Ohio, 44704. And don't forget to like us and subscribe to our channel.